My charming and fair-minded Libra friend, hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. A Libra this week invites you to notice the quiet ache beneath your steady surface. There's a subtle but persistent tension riding along with you, a sense that something unspoken lingers in the background of your days. Maybe you sense your own uncertainty but don't want to name it, or you feel a longing for clarity that never quite arrives. It's not loud, not even obvious to those around you, more like a gentle pressure behind your ribs or a cool hush in the center of your chest. You might be moving through routines, sharing smiles, keeping balance as you do, yet some part of you holds back, a part that waits for something to shift, to speak, or to be spoken to. In the hush between your words, you can almost hear it, a question, a hope, a hesitation. You keep the peace, but there's a cost to always smoothing things over. You sense it most when the world is quiet, and you realize how much energy goes into holding the middle ground. It's more than indecision. It's a longing for deeper connection with your own truth, a gentle pull towards something honest and unguarded. This week, that pull is the emotional thread running through your days. You feel its gentle tug every time you pause long enough to notice your own inner weather. There's a sense that what you're not saying matters as much as what you do. If you look inward, you'll notice a quiet wisdom beneath the surface, a part of you that understands much more than it lets on. That's where the High Priestess lives in you right now, a presence that notices everything, even when words fall short. You might find yourself drifting into moments of reflection this week, catching glimpses of thoughts or feelings that defy easy explanation. It's as if you're tuned to a frequency only you can hear, catching signals in the silence between conversations, sensing truths that shimmer just beyond reach. You move through your days with an air of composure, but your intuition is alive, quietly gathering impressions, weighing the energy in every room. There's no need to rush decisions or force clarity. It's enough to sit with the knowing you already carry. You may feel a little distant, even from those closest to you, like you're watching from a gentle remove, not quite ready to speak aloud what's stirring inside. This is a week for letting questions breathe, for trusting the timing of your own revelations. You recognize that not every tension needs immediate resolution. Sometimes the greatest strength is in holding space for what's not yet clear. The weight of unspoken feelings can be heavy, but it's also fertile ground for understanding yourself more deeply. In quiet moments, you might notice that your body softens just a little, that your heart feels steadier when you honor what you sense but cannot yet name. There's a comfort in knowing you don't have to perform certainty. You can simply be present with what is, letting your intuition guide you through the subtle tides of the week. If you catch yourself longing for answers or wanting to be understood, know that the answers will come in their own time. For now, your inner landscape is rich with insight, even if it's clothed in silence. It's from this place of quiet knowing that your path begins to unfold. The calm, almost still energy inside you creates a different kind of momentum outside. When you are attuned to inner wisdom but not pressed to act, your days might take on a slower, more contemplative pace. The world may feel a little dimmer or quieter, pressing you to rest or withdraw to create space for your own thoughts. You may notice that you're less interested in pushing forward or making big moves. Instead, you're drawn to pausing, to stepping back, to giving yourself the gift of a small retreat from daily demands. This isn't avoidance, it's a necessary reset. The inner tension asks for gentleness, and so the path ahead becomes less about action and more about restoration. The external world may clamor for your attention, but you sense that responding to every pressure right now would only scatter your energy. The choices before you are shaped by your willingness to honor this need for quiet. The friction isn't loud, but it's there. The gentle struggle between what you feel and what others want from you, between the urge to rest and the pull of obligation. Your inner state shapes each day, turning even small choices into opportunities to honor your own rhythm. This week, the Four of Swords shows up in the way your days unfold, the way events seem to slow, the way the usual hustle softens at the edges. There are pauses, natural or chosen, that invite you to step back from the noise and rest in your own company. Even if work and relationships still demand attention, you might notice moments when you simply can't give more, and that's not a failure. There's a quiet pressure to withdraw, to take time out, to let your mind and body catch up with each other. This can bring its own friction, especially if you're used to staying busy or keeping others happy. Others might notice your distance, or you may feel a subtle guilt for not being as available as you usually are. But the momentum now is toward healing, integration, and gentle reflection. The world offers you a kind of sanctuary if you're willing to take it, but even the sanctuary can feel uneasy at first. It's not always easy to rest when you're used to balancing everything. You may have to set soft boundaries or simply let yourself off the hook for a few days. The active tension comes from within and without, a tug-of-war between what you genuinely need and what you think you should do. Yet as the days pass, you may find that letting yourself pause allows something deeper to settle. The noise quiets, your thoughts become clearer, your emotions less tangled. There's room now for the wisdom of your inner knowing to seep into your outer world. In the stillness, you discover not emptiness but a gentle fullness. The pressure to act gives way to a softer, more sustainable rhythm. You sense that this slower pace is not a detour, but a return to yourself. Each moment of quiet is a small act of trust, a way of saying that your own timing is enough. As the week continues, the possibilities that await are not guaranteed. They depend on how present you are with all of this. The path you walk now is shaped by your willingness to meet the moment as it is, without rushing for resolution. If you engage consciously with the quiet, if you honor both your longing for clarity and your need for rest, something subtle begins to change. The potential of this week isn't found in big gestures, but in the accumulation of small, intentional pauses. Your growth is not about achieving or fixing, but about allowing the truth of the moment to unfold at its own pace. What becomes possible is a deeper sense of belonging to yourself, a recognition that you don't have to earn your place by always being available or agreeable. The stillness you choose now creates space for genuine connection with yourself and eventually with others. You start to see that your presence is enough, even in silence. The invitation is to trust that your value isn't measured by how much you do, but by how honestly you meet your own needs. If you move through the week with this kind of presence, potential opens quietly, steadily, in ways that can't be rushed or forced. Here, the Ten of Pentacles appears, not as a promise of sudden abundance or achievement, but as a gentle invitation toward lasting stability and connection. In the calm that follows your willingness to pause, you may glimpse the outlines of a richer, more rooted life. This card suggests the possibility of finding belonging within your chosen family, your friendships, your home, but most importantly within yourself. The sense of stability that hovers on the horizon isn't built through striving, but through accepting the gifts of quiet and allowing them to deepen into something enduring. You may begin to feel more comfortable in your own skin, more at ease with your choices, more connected to the people and places that truly matter. Growth here looks like knowing you can take up space without apology, that your presence brings value even when you are still, even when you are silent. The invitation is to let yourself settle into this recognition, to believe that you are enough just as you are. In the calm you've allowed, you find unexpected richness, a sense of gratitude for the ordinary, a renewed appreciation for the relationships that support you, a quiet confidence that grows from within. This is not about achieving perfection or meeting every need. It's about allowing yourself to be held by the life you are already building, to see the beauty in the foundations you've laid. The more you honor your own timing, the more you notice the quiet abundance that's been with you all along. The potential is not just for comfort, but for a deeper, more lasting sense of home in your own life. When you look back on this week, you may notice how these three threads, inner wisdom, gentle retreat, and quiet abundance, have woven together to form a new sense of wholeness. The high priestess in you has watched, waited, and listened. The Four of Swords brought you the gift of pause, of gentle restoration, and the Ten of Pentacles offers a glimpse of what's possible when you honor both your need for solitude and your longing for connection. Together, these energies show you that growth doesn't always require action or answers. Sometimes the most profound changes happen when you trust yourself enough to be still, to hold space for the questions, to let the answers arrive in their own time. The week may not deliver dramatic events or swift resolutions, but in the quiet you find a steadier ground. You begin to trust that your own presence is enough. The tension you carried softens, replaced by a calm assurance that you can meet your own needs without losing your balance. In this space, relationships deepen, your sense of purpose returns, and you remember that you are never truly alone. The week closes with a gentle reassurance. You are exactly where you need to be, held by your own wisdom, supported by the quiet structure of your life. As you move forward, you carry a new serenity with you, a quiet strength that makes room for both your questions and your answers. Actionable insights for Libra this week. You might try letting one unanswered question simply rest for now. Consider allowing yourself to pause before responding, even in small conversations. You could spend a few minutes in a place that feels safe and undemanding, just noticing how you feel. Spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I am allowed to rest in my own timing. Each quiet moment brings me closer to myself. I belong in the spaces I choose. Here I am enough. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.